Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my 18 in 2018 Project Pan finale. This year was my first year attempting a project of any kind, let alone a year-long project, and I didn't do so great. I think for me 18 products was just way too many for me to focus on, and I didn't do that well. So I will be doing a project in 2019 as well, but there will definitely be some changes, and I will get into that in the intro of that video. But for this one, let's just get started. I am going to start with the one product that I finished between my last update and today, and that is this deluxe size sample of the Benefit Porefessional. This hung on all year long, even with semi-consistent use. I'm not going to say like, oh, I was using this every day and it lasted forever. No, this is not my favorite. I find that my foundation slips a lot over top of this primer, so it's not something I will be repurchasing. It's also Benefit, so I'm not going to repurchase it anyways, but this is just not my favorite primer, and I'm glad to have gotten that used up and out of my collection. Now I'm going to hop into the products that I did not get finished. I have this basket I had sitting on top of my dresser for the last few months because I was finding they would get lost in my everyday makeup drawer. Not lost, my everyday makeup drawer is not that full, but when I was like comparing two bronzers, the one I've been using so often for the whole year, or this new one I just put in there, like I always picked the one I was more excited about. So I took my Project Pan items out of my everyday makeup drawer and put them right on top. So I had to use these products more often. First up, I have the Revlon ColorStay for combo oily skin in the shade 150 Buff. I have a lot of these products on my face today. Today is the first day that it was like really sputtering, trying to pump it out. So I think this has like one more use left. It is like slid up the sides a little bit along the edge, but you can pretty much see the bottom of this, so I'm really happy with my progress on this. It was about 3/4 of the way full at the beginning of the year, and of course this wasn't the only foundation I was using. This is one of my favorite foundations, and I'm really sad to see it go and that I won't be repurchasing it, but I am definitely in the market for some new drugstore foundations that will hold up well on my combo oily skin. I get really oily like right here on the sides of my nose and across the like apples of my cheeks, and I also have a lot of pores there, and I just feel like this foundation was really flattering on my skin. The match was pretty good, not perfect, but good enough that I could make it work, and I'm sad to see it go, but like I said, just one more use left. It's the 28th of December as I'm filming this, so I have 3 more days left. I probably could have finished it and then filmed the update, but then I'd be behind schedule on filming, so I'm gonna call this done for the sake of the project because by 2019 it will be gone. I'm just going to reach into this basket at random. Next I pulled out the Rimmel Kate Moss lipstick in the shade 8. This does not have a lot of progress when I compare it to what it was in September. Just a little bit more has worn down, but it's definitely getting flatter, which I really hate. I don't know how that happened because I definitely prefer to hold my lipstick at an angle and really utilize that tip to get outside of my, not outside of my lip line, but along my lip line. And now that it's getting really flat and circular, I'm finding it hard to be more precise, but I really do like this lipstick. I feel like I used this really often and didn't really make that much progress on it throughout the whole year, which is pretty disappointing. This is the Revlon Ultra HD Lip Lacquer in 570 Smoky Topaz. I hate this lip gloss. There was no visible progress shown at the beginning of this project. I saw a line here in July and a line here in September, but I haven't seen, you know, any other lines since then. This product is so thick that it really doesn't settle very easily, even when it's stored upright. Like, it just doesn't move. This is the thickest, goopiest gloss. I should have kicked it out long ago, but I like the effect it gives. Like, once it's on and you can try and ignore it as best you can, it looks really beautiful. And that is why I suffered through a full year of using this pretty consistently, but I just can't do it anymore. This is not something that's going to be rolled over. This is going in the trash. This is the Physicians Formula Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls in Beige Pearl. Again, this is the highlight I'm wearing today. I really like this. This is a beautiful, naturally radiant looking highlight from the drugstore. I really loved it. I used it a lot. I built it up. I used it as an inner corner highlight on my cheekbones all the time. And in the center, the pearls have definitely flattened out significantly, but there's no pan showing. And I don't know how that is. Like, I don't know. I think it's because it's so firmly pressed. It doesn't really feel soft or creamy to the touch at all. Like, you really have to dig your brush in there. But this is something I'm just going to put back in my collection. I'm not rolling it over to next year or anything. I'm happy with the amount of use it got this year. But I'm just really surprised. Like, when I put together this project in January, I really thought that I could meet all of my goals. And then as the year went on, it was getting more and more like, ooh, maybe not. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, but this is in the shade 60 Brightener. So this is more of a color corrector. It definitely has that pinky peachy tone. It doesn't work well as a concealer, which I now know wasn't the best choice, because I don't always go in and color correct my dark circles before doing my makeup. It's just an extra step that I only do when I feel like it's necessary. So I didn't even use half of what was left. So at the beginning of the year we were here, so about halfway, and now we're about here. So I used up a little less than half of what was left, and I'm okay with that. This is going to go back in my collection as well for a little bit. I think it's pretty old, so it might get tossed in my declutter. I'll have to kind of see if I can pinpoint when I bought that. This is another product that just keeps hanging on for dear life. This is a deluxe size sample of the Urban Decay Primer Potion, the original one. This was, I don't know, relatively full at the beginning of the year, and I used this almost every single day for my eyeshadow, and each time I think it's almost gone, but it's kind of at the point like when your toothpaste is almost gone, where you like are pinching it this way and then this way and then folding it over and a little more comes out. So it's pretty much done. I will finish it off. I will use up the remaining product on here, but again, I'm pretty happy with my progress, even though I feel like I should have had that gone long ago. Next up, I have the Body Shop bronzing powder in the shade 2 Fair Matte. This is like their honeycomb patterned bronzer. This still had most of the pattern on it at the beginning of the year. Also in 2019, I'm hoping to buy Wondershare Filmora, the editing software for PC, so I can start putting pictures in, because I do realize that that is super helpful. That, like, I can't put comparison shots in with Windows Movie Maker, which is what I use to edit right now. That's a side note, but next year's Project Pan, I will try my best. As you can see there, or maybe you can't see, there is quite a dip in this product. Like, it goes down quite a bit right here, but still no pan. And this product, I feel like I could have hit pan on. However, the shade the bronzer I chose is really light. So in the later part of the spring, summer, beginning of fall, so like half the year, I could not use this. It was basically the same color as my skin tone. So I've only picked it back up over the last few weeks. It is what I'm using today. It's a very warm orangey toned bronzer. Not my favorite, not my best pick, but this is the oldest bronzer in my collection, so I thought it'd be cool to hit pan on, but I did not achieve my goal on that one. Same with the Model Co blush in Peach Bellini. I really thought I could hit pan on this as well. However, because the pan size is so small, and this is the brush I've been liking to use for blush, which is the Luxie 514 blush brush. It's just a little bit smaller than this powder, so when I go in with my brush, I feel like it's getting pretty much the whole surface area and not wearing a significant dent, because when I look at this side on, I feel like the middle part of the pan is higher, as in the product has like leveled off evenly along the edges. I could be imagining that. You never know. But I did use this a lot, and otherwise it looks pretty much brand new. So this is a very pigmented blush. It's going back in my collection. I'm excited to move on to something else though. I'm really sick of this super vibrant peachy pink glowy blush. This is the Maybelline Color Tattoo from the Leather collection in 80 Creamy Beige. This is now completely dried up. I did manage to get some on my eyes today, but it's crumbling. I knew in my last update that it was on its last legs. It started to pull from the edges of the jar. Like, I'm surprised it doesn't fall out, honestly. Like, it doesn't look like it's stuck in there very good anymore, but this is ready to be trashed. I got a lot of use out of it. There is a significant dent here in this product, and again, not something I'm going to repurchase. And lastly, this is the L'Oreal True Match powder in the shade W2. This had a bit of a dip at the beginning of the year, and as you can see, I hit significant pan. I did think that I could use up this entire powder in this project, but that was not the case. But I'm really happy with the progress I made. The edges are getting pretty thin as well, so I think this is definitely something that should be finished by the end of 2019. I'm not going to roll it into my 2019 project pan at the beginning of the year. I just need a break from these products. I want to start working on something else, but I might roll it in at a later time, or I really want to do a few smaller, like more targeted project pans in 2019 as well, and this might be something I put in one of those. Okay, really quickly, I did want to go over the products that I did finish up or kick out of this project, so I can show you all 18 products that I had in this project at the beginning of the year. This is a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I'm really missing this in my collection, but I'm really glad that I used it up. We were here at the beginning of the year, and I did finish this up in August, so it did take me quite a while to finish up, but it was one of those products that I was savoring. I really didn't want to get it out of my collection, and like I said, I do miss it, but something about spending $40 on this again, I think it's like 37 or 38 Canadian, just hurts so bad. But I do notice a big difference applying my makeup over top of this and also using this to refresh during the day. It's not just water, it can't be, it works wonders for me, and this might be something I pick up with a gift card or something in the new year. The Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. I finished this off pretty early on. Thank goodness I finished it off before the drama. I did say I was going to repurchase it, but I'm not going to anymore. But it has the best tip on it. It's actually a brush tip, although it looks like a felt tip. It's really flexible, yet you have a lot of control. The formula is super black. The tip is super pointy. You get a really gorgeous wing with this. But I do not support Kat Von D anymore, so that is unfortunate. These two products I actually kicked out of my project. This is the Wet n Wild eyeshadow duo. This is ancient. Like, you cannot buy this anymore. And I was really forcing myself to use it and not happy with my eyeshadow each and every time. They're just super dry, not pigmented at all, like super lackluster eyeshadows. Can you even see anything on my hand? Probably not. So that's not what a project pan is about. I don't want to hate my makeup every time just to use up a product, so I kicked that out. Same with this CoverGirl Liquiline Blast. I realized how old this was and got really grossed out and kicked it out of the project. Plus, it's just not that black. It's pretty gray and it's really dried out. Like, it's pulling away from the pencil, like the wooden part of the pencil, and I just wasn't making any progress on it. So I kicked that out as well. I finished off a brow Whiz. There really wasn't that much left in it at the beginning of the project, but I'm glad that I used up a full brow pencil. I finished off a lip balm and an ABH clear brow gel. This brow gel is the best. I haven't found anything I love as much as this. I did repurchase this. This is Stronghold hairspray for your brows. If you have wild brows like I do, I definitely recommend this product. I feel like I was talking super fast. That is the finale for my 18 in 2018 project pan. I'm excited to start a new project in 2019. I'm excited to take the things I learned this year and be able to make my 2019 project work a little better for me and my collection. This was my first project pan, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, so I was really just kind of mimicking what others have done that I watch because I thought that was like the best way or whatever, and just it didn't work out that great. Overall, I feel like a sense of accomplishment through this project, but it's definitely not as successful as I thought it would be going into it in January, obviously. But overall, I'm happy with it. I'm going to be doing a lot of things differently with my makeup collection in the coming year, and project panning is definitely going to be a big part of that. I want to start moving products in and out in a better manner. I'm definitely still going to be hauling and shopping, and I don't do a lot of that anyways, but I have drawers full of makeup and makeup does expire, so I just want to be more cognizant of that. Let me know if you're excited about seeing my 2019 project pan. I'm starting planning that right now and I'm getting really excited about it. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!